A homeless boy claims he can heal a rich girl's paralysis. Defying all odds, like and subscribe to catch every heart-stirring moment of this miracle in our latest video. The black SUV roared to a stop on Detroit's fractured asphalt, its chrome grille a stark invader in a jungle of shuttered shops and flickering sodium lights. Richard Grayson's hands throttling the wheel, his bespoke suit drenched in sweat, gray eyes burning into the hospital's neon sign. Another desperate gamble to cure his daughter's paralysis. Lily, 12, slumped in her wheelchair in the back, her frail fingers clutching a tattered blanket, eyes hollow after years of failed surgeries and broken promises. Richard's fortune a useless shield against her despair. When a figure burst from a shadowed alley, planting himself before the SUV, a boy, black, barely 12, in a shredded hoodie and sneakers held together by tape, face streaked with grime, eyes blazing with unshakable conviction. "I'm a doctor," he declared, voice carving through the city's din, hands raised to halt the vehicle. "I can make her walk again." Richard's face purpled, rage erupting like a volcano. "Move." "You damn street rat," he bellowed, fists smashing the horn, its wail shredding the dusk. But the boy, Jamal, stood rooted, gaze shifting to Lily. "I know her legs. I can heal them," he said, softer, urgent, eyes pleading for a chance. Richard's fury surged, ready to plow through, but Lily's voice, faint yet piercing, slashed the air. "Dad, wait!" Her head snapped up, eyes locking with Jamal's, a flicker of hope igniting. "I want to try," she said, her words a grenade in Richard's chest. He gaped, stunned, his daughter's spark a jolt to his cynicism. "You're delusional," he snarled, but Lily's grip tightened, her nod fierce. Richard's mind screamed scam, his billions a magnet for hustlers. But Lily's trust was a guillotine, severing his doubt. Jamal pointed to a crumbling building across the street, windows boarded, a ghost of a clinic sign dangling. "There, I need quiet," he said, striding ahead. Richard's throat burned, every instinct raging, but he pushed Lily's wheelchair, tires grinding on debris. Growling, "One wrong move, kid, and you're done." The building's door screeched, a stench of mold and decay hitting like a fist, a single bulb buzzing over cracked tiles and rotting crates. Jamal knelt by Lily, hands steady despite the filth, voice calm. "My mom taught me. She saved lives in Africa." Richard barked a laugh, arms crossed, phone buzzing with hospital alerts. He swiped away. "You're a liar," he spat. But Jamal's fingers flew, pressing points on Lily's calves. Swift, surgical. Lily gasped, toes jerking. A faint, impossible twitch. "I felt it," she cried, voice shattering, eyes alight with shock. Richard lurched, heart hammering, hope crashing against disbelief, hand clawing the chair to stay upright. "What the hell?" he choked. Voice raw, but Jamal stayed locked in, humming a faint tune, hands relentless. Then boots pounded outside, flashlights stabbing the gloom cops, radios crackling, "You hands up." One roared, spotting Jamal. Richard's mind spun, "Let them haul the kid." A vagrant, a fraud, but Lily's plea exploded. "He's saving me," cops surged, batons drawn. "Trespassing. Fake doctor. You're under arrest." One snarled. Richard's wealth was a fortress, but his voice faltered, torn between Lily's hope and crushing the boy. "He's with us," he snapped, stepping forward, his Billionaire growl forcing the cops to freeze. They scowled, spitting gang kid, but backed off, their cruiser's lights fading. Jamal's breath hitched, sweat dripping, but Richard's glare was a noose. "You're on borrowed time," he hissed. Jamal nodded, returning to Lily, fingers resuming, her gasps sharper, a faint kick slamming Richard's gut, back at their fortified mansion. Richard paced his study, whiskey scorching his throat. Lily asleep, her words, "He's real, a relentless pulse." He dialed his investigator, voice a blade. "Everything on this Jamal, now." The report hit Jamal. Orphan, mother dead, no records, a phantom in slums. Richard's doubt roared, but Lily's kick, her light, tore at him. He clutched his late wife's photo, guilt flooding. Had she known Jamal's mother, the investigator called? Voice shaking. "Aisha, the kid's mom, doctor, saved your wife in '08, refused your money, worked for free." Richard's glass shattered. Memories of his wife's fever, a black woman's steady hands, a debt unpaid, surged. Shame drowned him. Jamal's ragged form, now Aisha's shadow, a boy with nothing giving all. Lily's smile, alive after years, cracking his steel heart. But outside, voices hissed locals, eyeing the SUV, muttering rich bastard in street scum. A rock pinged the hood. Richard's pulse spiked. The city a tinderbox. The next day, he drove Lily back. The building's rot unchanged. Jamal waiting. Notebook open. Needles and herbs laid out. "Day 2, he said, guiding Lily to flex, her leg jerking, a stronger kick, her laugh piercing. Richard's chest burned, hope clawing, but sirens screamed cops. Closer, hunting Jamal for illegal practice and vagrancy. Richard's phone rang. Investigator urgent. "They're raiding tonight. Hospitals pushing charges. Kids got hours." A crowd gathered. Locals shouting, "Get out." Rich man, another rock hit. Glass cracking. Richard's choice loomed: betray Jamal, save his name, or shield the boy sparking a miracle. Lily's hand seized his, voice afire. "He's our only chance." He stared at Jamal, courage in rags, and dialed his lawyer, voice iron. "Stop them. Keep him free." The city's pulse thundered, Jamal's hands moving, Lily's legs stirring, Ava's fight for a miracle ablaze against the night, a spark daring to ignite. Jamal's fingers pressed Lily's calves in the abandoned Detroit clinic, the dim ball buzzing overhead, his touch swift and precise as he guided her to flex. Her faint kick sparking a gasp, the 12-year-old's eyes wide with a hope Richard Grayson hadn't seen in years. The millionaire's heart pounding as he stood in the musty room, his tailored suit a stark contrast to the peeling walls, his mind a battlefield of doubt and awe. Yesterday's encounter, Jamal, a ragged black boy claiming to be a doctor, blocking his SUV. Lily's trust defying logic still burned. Richard's investigator had dropped a bomb. Jamal's mother, Aisha, saved his late wife in '08, a debt unpaid. Now Lily's toes twitched, a miracle teasing, but sirens wailed outside. Closer, cops hunting Jamal for illegal practice and vagrancy. Richard's phone vibrated, his lawyer warning. "They're circling, hospitals pushing charges. You've got hours." The crowd beyond the walls grew louder. Locals muttering rich pig and street scam, a brick crashing through a window, glass spraying. Richard's pulse raced, his wealth a target, Jamal's life a fuse. Lily's voice cut through. "He's doing it. Dad," her hand gripping his, pleading. Richard's throat tightened, his call to the lawyer sharp. "Buy us time." But doubt gnawed. Was Jamal a savior or a hustler? The boy's notebook, scrawled with diagrams, lay open, herbs and needles scattered. Jamal's voice steady. "Mom's methods. From Africa. They work." Richard scoffed. "You're a kid." But Lily's leg jerked, a stronger kick, her laugh shattering the gloom. Richard's knees buckled, hope clawing his cynicism. He flashed to Aisha, her hands saving his wife, a woman who'd refused his money. Now her son knelt here, giving all for nothing. Richard's shame surged, but a cop's shout pierced the air. "Come out!" Kid flashlight stabbing the dark. Richard's instinct was to flee, protect Lily, let Jamal face the law. But Lily's cry, "No," stopped him, her eyes fierce. He's my chance. Cops banged the door. Trespassing. Fraud. You're done. Richard's wealth was a shield, but his voice shook. He's with me, he barked, stepping forward, his billionaire tone forcing a pause. The cops glared, one spitting. Your funeral. Their radios crackling as they retreated. Jamal's breath hitched, sweat dripping. But he resumed, fingers relentless. Richard's glare a blade. You better be real. Jamal nodded, unfazed. Lily's gasps louder, her foot lifting an inch. Richard's heart lurched. Impossible. He grabbed his phone, texting the investigator. Deeper on Aisha. Everything. The crowd outside swelled. Voices, hostile. Get out, rich man. Another rock hit. The SUV's windshield splintering. Richard's pulse spiked. The city a powder keg. He snapped at Jamal. How long the boy's reply was calm. Days, not weeks. Lily's smile, radiant, twisted Richard's gut. He couldn't lose her hope, but the hospital's complaint loomed. Cops circling like vultures. Back at the mansion, Richard paced. Whiskey gone, Lily asleep. Her words, he's not lying, a relentless echo. The investigator's report landed Aisha, trained in Nairobi, worked war zones, saved thousands, died penniless. Jamal, her only child, taught in secret. Richard's guilt choked him. Aisha's face, his wife's savior. Now Jamal's hands. Lily's spark. He cursed, shame-drowning pride. Had he dismissed a miracle? The investigator called, voice tense. Cops are raiding tonight. Hospital's got a judge. Kids got no chance. Richard's choice turned Jamal in, save his reputation, or fight for the boy. Lily's kick replayed, her laugh a lifeline. He dialed his lawyer. Voice iron, block the raid, pull every string, but the investigator warned. Locals are riled. They're tailing you. Richard's mansion felt like a PMOI, his driver reporting a crowd at the gate, shouting justice for the streets, a Molotov cocktail grazing the fence, flames licking the night. Richard's heart raced. Was Jamal worth this? The next day, he drove Lily back. The clinic's stench unchanged. Jamal waiting, tools ready. Day 3, he said, guiding Lily's legs, her foot rising higher, her giggle a dagger in Richard's doubt. But a cop car idled outside, lights flashing. A local yelled, rich man's buying scams. A bottle shattering on the SUV. Richard's phone buzzed. The lawyer grim. Judge signed a warrant. Kids got till dusk. The crowd pressed closer, fists raised. Richard's choice loomed: abandon Jamal, save Lily's safety, or stand with the boy. Lily's hand seized his, voice ablaze. He's family. Dad. He stared at Jamal, courage in tatters, and dialed his security. Voice a growl. Clear the street. Protect them. The city's pulse thundered. Jamal's hands moving, Lily's legs stirring. Richard's fight for a miracle, a desperate stand against the dark, a spark daring to flare. Jamal's hands pressed Lily's legs in the decaying Detroit clinic, his fingers darting across her calves with a surgeon's precision, guiding her to flex, her toes curling a faint, miraculous motion that ripped a gasp from her throat. Richard Grayson stood frozen in the musty room, his tailored suit clinging to sweat-soaked skin, heart thundering as he watched, his mind a war zone of doubt and wonder. Jamal's claim at a ragged black boy, barely 12, calling himself a doctor, had sparked this. Lily's kick yesterday shattering Richard's cynicism. The investigator's revelation that Jamal's mother, Aisha, saved his late wife in '08, twisting guilt into his gut. But sirens screamed closer, cops hunting Jamal for illegal practice in vagrancy. Richard's phone buzzed, his lawyer's voice grim. Warrants active, raids tonight, hospitals got the judge. The crowd outside swelled, locals shouting rich man scam and street rat. A bottle shattering against the clinic's wall, Glass raining. Richard's pulse surged, his wealth a lightning rod. Jamal's life a ticking bomb. Lily's voice pierced. It's working. Dad, her hand seizing his, eyes pleading. Richard's throat burned. His call to the lawyer a growl. Stop the raid, whatever it takes. But doubt gnawed Jamal's herbs. Needles and scrawled notebook could be a con. Yet Lily's toes moved. A doctor's dream failing where a boy's hands thrived. Richard flashed to Aisha, her sacrifice for his wife. Now her son knelt here, risking all. Shame choked him, but a cop's megaphone blared. Jamal Carter. Come out, boots pounded. Flashlights slashing. Richard's instinct was to bolt. Shield Lily. Let the boy face justice. But Lily's cry, he's my hope, halted him, her eyes fierce. Cops kicked the door. You're done, kid. Richard's wealth was a wall, but his voice trembled. He's under my protection, he roared, stepping forward, his billionaire command forcing a standoff. The cops snarled, one spitting, your money won't save him, but paused, radios crackling, retreating. Jamal's breath shook, sweat streaming, but he resumed, hands relentless. Lily's foot lifting an inch. Richard's heart lurched. Impossible. He texted the investigator. Aisha's work. Find it all. The crowd outside raged. Get out, rich bastard. A Molotov cocktail hit the SUV, flames licking. Richard's blood ran cold. The city a furnace. He snapped at Jamal. How much longer? The boy's reply was steady. Days. Trust her. Lily's smile, radiant, stabbed Richard's doubt. He couldn't lose her light. But the hospital's lawsuit loomed, cops circling, locals closing in, back at the mansion. Richard paced, whiskey useless, Lily asleep. Her words, he's not a liar, a relentless drum. The investigators' report deepened. Aisha, trained in Nairobi, healed thousands in war zones, taught at Jamal in secret, died saving others. Richard's guilt surged. Aisha's face, his wife's savior. Now Jamal's hands, Lily's spark. He cursed, shame drowning pride. Had he misjudged a miracle? The investigator called. Cops are massing, hospitals got evidence. Kids got till dawn. Richard's choice burned betray Jamal, save his empire, or fight for the boy. Lily's kick replayed, her laugh a lifeline. He dialed his legal team, voice steel, bury the charges. Call in favors. But the investigator warned, locals aren't armed, Dren. They're tailing you. Clinic's a target. Richard's mansion was a bunker. His driver reporting a mob at the gate, chanting no rich, no scams, a tire slashed. Richard's heart raced. Was Jamal worth this? The next day, he drove Lily back, the clinic's stench choking, Jamal waiting, tools laid out. Day 4, he said, guiding Lily's legs, her foot rising higher, her giggle a blade through Richard's doubt. But a cop car screeched outside, lights flashing, locals shouting, burn it down. A rock smashed a window. Richard's phone rang. The lawyer grim, judge won't budge. Raids at dusk. The crowd surged, fists pounding the walls, a bottle exploding, flames grazing the door. Richard's choice loomed. Abandon Jamal, save Lily, or stand with the boy. Lily's hand clutched his, voice ablaze. He's family. He stared at Jamal, courage in rags, and dialed his security. Voice a growl, block the street, protect them. But a cop's voice boomed. Last chance. Kid baton banging, locals chanting. Richard's heart hammered. His lawyer texted, feds are watching. You're exposed. The city's pulse roared, Jamal's hands moving, Lily's legs stirring. Richard's fight for a miracle, a desperate stand, a spark against a city ready to explode. The clinic a crucible, hope a flame daring to burn. Jamal's hands worked Lily's legs in the crumbling Detroit clinic, his fingers pressing her calves with unrelenting precision, guiding her to flex, her foot lifting an inch, then two, a trembling step forward that tore a cry from her throat. Richard Grayson stood rigid in the musty room, his pristine suit soaked with sweat, heart hammering as he watched, his mind a storm of awe and dread. Jamal's touch, a black boy, barely 12, in rags, claiming to be a doctor, had sparked this. Lily's kicks growing stronger. The investigator's bombshell that Jamal's mother, Aisha, saved his late wife in '08, searing his conscience. But sirens wailed. Cops closing in for illegal practice in vagrancy. Richard's phone buzzed. His lawyer's voice dire. Warrants enforced. They're raiding now. The crowd outside roared. Locals chanting, "Rich man scam, and jail the kid." A Molotov cocktail exploding against the clinic's wall. Flames licking. Richard's pulse raced. His wealth a curse. Jamal's life a spark in a powder keg. Lily's voice shattered the chaos. I walked. Dad, her hand gripping his, eyes pleading. Richard's throat burned. His call to the lawyer a snarl. Block them. Now. But doubt clawed Jamal's herbs. Needles. Notebook could be a lie. Yet Lily stepped. A miracle mocking every specialist. Richard flashed to Aisha, her sacrifice. Now her son risked all. Shame choked him. But cops smashed the door. Jamal Carter. You are under arrest, batons raised. Flashlights blinding. Richard's instinct was to flee. Save Lily. Let the boy fall. But Lily's scream, "He's my miracle," stopped him. Her eyes fierce. Cops surged. Trespassing. Fraud. You're done. Richard's wealth was a shield, but his voice cracked. He's with me. He roared, stepping forward, his billionaire bark halting them. The lead cop snarled. Your money won't save him. Cuffs snapping on Jamal's wrists. Lily's cry piercing. No. Richard's heart lurched. His lawyer texting. Judge won't budge. Hospital's got evidence. The crowd outside swelled, shouting justice. A rock smashing the SUV's hood. Richard's choice loomed. Let Jamal go. Protect his empire. Or fight. Lily's step replayed. Her hope a lifeline. He grabbed the cop's arm. Voice iron. Release him, or I sue. The cop laughed, shoving Jamal to the cruiser. Richard's phone buzzed. The investigator urgent. Aisha's records. She cured paralysis in Sudan. Same method. Richard's blood ran cold. Jamal's truth dawning. But the cruiser's door slammed. Jamal's eyes locked on Lily. Keep flexing, he called, voice steady. Cops peeling out. The crowd cheering. Richard's gut twisted. Lily's tears falling. Get him back. Dad, she begged. Richard dialed his legal team. Voice a blade. Free him. Pull every string. But the clinic burned. Flames spreading. Locals chanting. Burn the rich. Richard pulled Lily out. Fire licking the walls. His security team arriving. Shoving back the mob. A bottle exploding. Glass cutting Richard's cheek. Blood dripping. At the mansion. Richard paced. Lily sobbing. He's not a liar. Her step a shaky. Filmed moment on her phone looping in his mind. The investigators' report deepened Aisha's work. Banned in the U.S. Healed thousands. Jamal her heir. Richard's guilt surged. He'd failed Aisha. Now her son. The lawyer called. Jamal's in custody. Charged with fraud. Vagrancy. Hospitals pushing hard. Richard's choice burned abandoned Jamal. Save his name. Or risk all. Lily's video, her step, went viral. 1 million views in hours. Comments flooding. Free the kid. Richard's heart raced. The city a tinderbox. His driver reporting a mob at the gate. No rich. No scams. A tire slashed. Richard dialed a news outlet. Voice steal. Run the story. Now, the next day, He drove to the precinct, Lily in her chair, her eyes fierce. He's family. The station was case, so was chaos. Reporters swarming, Jamal cuffed, face bruised, cops snarling, fake doctor, street trash. Richard's lawyer stormed in, papers waving, release him or face a lawsuit. The captain glared, but the viral video played on every screen. Lily's step, Jamal's hands, the crowd outside chanting. Free Jamal. Richard's voice boomed. He's no fraud. The captain relented, cuffs unlocking. Jamal stumbling free, eyes locked on Lily. You walked, he whispered, her smile ablaze. Richard's chest burned, hope drowning doubt. But the hospital's lawyer called. We're suing. He's a danger. The crowd outside surged. Justice for the kid. A rock hitting the precinct window. Richard's choice loomed: stand with Jamal, risk his empire, or retreat. Lily's hand found his. Voice of fire. He's ours. He stared at Jamal, courage into rags, and dialed his PR team. Voice iron. Spin this. Make him a hero. The city's pulse thundered. Jamal's hands free. Lily's legs stirring. Richard's fight for a miracle, a desperate stand. A spark now aflame, ready to ignite the dark. Jamal's hands trembled as he stood outside the Detroit precinct, his wrists raw from cuffs. The 12-year-old black boy's eyes locked on Lily, her smile a beacon through the chaos of reporters swarming, their cameras flashing, microphones thrusting, shouting, is it true? Did you cure her? After the viral video of Lily's first step exploded with millions of views, the shaky footage of her foot lifting, Jamal's hands guiding, now a global cry. Richard Grayson gripped Lily's wheelchair, his tailored suit rumpled, heart pounding as he faced the crowd, his billionaire armor cracking under the weight of yesterday's raid cops dragging Jamal, the clinic burning, locals rioting, the investigators' proof that Jamal's mother, Aisha, saved his late wife, fueling his guilt. The precinct doors slammed shut behind, cops glaring, one muttering street trash as Jamal was freed, Richard's lawyer wielding threats, the crowd outside chanting free Jamal and justice, a rock shattering a precinct window, glass spraying. Richard's pulse surged, his call to his PR team a snarl, make him a hero. But the hospital's lawsuit loomed, charging Jamal with fraud and endangerment, their lawyer's voice cold. He's a danger. We'll bury him. Lily's voice cut through. He's no danger. Dad. Her hands seizing his, eyes fierce. Richard's throat burned, the video looping on every screen. Lily's step, Jamal's touch, a miracle mocking science. He faced the reporters, voice raw. This boy's no fraud. He's saving my daughter. Camera's word, the crowd roaring, but a heckler shouted, rich man's puppet. A bottle flying, grazing Richard's shoulder, blood seeping, the city a tinderbox. Jamal's gaze steady. I just want to help her. His words a spark. Reporters pouncing. Where'd you learn this? Richard's lawyer whispered. Say nothing, kid. But Jamal spoke. My mom, Aisha, she taught me. She healed in Africa. The crowd hushed, phones filming. Richard's guilt surged. Aisha's sacrifice, now Jamal's burden. The investigators' report deepened Aisha's methods. Banned here. Cured paralysis abroad. Richard's heart raced. Had he backed a genius or a fool? The hospital's lawyer stormed in, papers waving. Cease this, or we sue for millions. Richard's voice boomed. Try it, his legal team circling. But the crowd split, locals chanting, hero others scam. A fistfight erupting, cops shoving back. Richard pulled Lily to the SUV, Jamal beside, a rock hitting the hood, denting steel. The driver gunned it, tires screeching, escaping the mob. At the mansion, Richard paced, Lily clutching her phone. The video now at 10 million views. Comments flooding. Save the kid and lock him up. Richard's lawyer called. Hospital's got allies. Feds are sniffing. We need a defense. Richard's choice burned cut Jamal loose. Save his empire. Or fight. Lily's step replayed. Her hope afire. He dialed a news anchor. Voice iron. Run his story. Full truth. The next day, the clinic was ashes. Fire trucks gone. Jamal waiting in a safe house Richard's team secured. His notebook open. Herbs and needles ready. Day 5, he said, guiding Lily's legs, her foot rising higher, a shaky step forward, her laugh piercing. Richard's chest burned, hope drowning doubt, but cops circled, a warrant renewed. We're taking him. One barked. Richard's lawyer stormed in, not without a fight. The safe house was a bunker. Locals outside, some cheering Jamal, others shouting fraud. A brick smashing a window, glass cutting Jamal's arm, blood dripping. He didn't flinch, hands relentless, Lily's legs stirring. Richard's phone buzzed. The anchor reporting, miracle or menace, the boy who defies medicine. The story aired. Aisha's legacy blazing, viewers donating. Free Jamal. Trending. Richard's PR team spun. He's a prodigy, but the hospital's lawyer called. We'll ruin you. Richard's voice slashed. Bring it. The crowd outside grew. Supporters clashing with hecklers. A Molotov cocktail grazing the safe house. Flames licking. Richard's security shoved back. Lily's voice rang. He's not stopping. Her eyes fierce. Richard's heart lurched. He faced Jamal. Why risk this? The boy's reply was calm. Mom said help, no matter what. Richard's guilt surged. Aisha's echo in Jamal's eyes. The investigator texted. Aisha's patience. Thousands cured. Records buried. Richard's choice loomed, stand with Jamal. Risk all, or retreat. Lily's step. Her laugh. A lifeline. He dialed his board. Voice steel. Fund his defense. Full force. But the safe house shook. Cops banging. Open up locals rioting. Justice for the kid. A bottle exploding. Richard's security held. But a cop's voice boomed. Last chance. Richard faced Jamal. Courage in rags. And stepped forward. Voice a growl. You're not taking him. The city's pulse thundered. Jamal's hands moving. Lily's legs rising. Richard's fight for a miracle, a desperate stand, a spark now ablaze, ready to consume the dark. Jamal's hands pressed Lily's legs in the newly rebuilt Detroit clinic, his fingers darting with surgical precision, urging her to step, her foot lifting 4 inches, a confident stride ripping a triumphant shout from her throat. Richard Grayson stood in the sterile room, suit wrinkled, heart slamming as he watched. The viral video of Lily's steps now at 30 million views fueling a global uproar. Yesterday's chaos cops raiding, the clinic burning, mobs clashing, still seared. Richard's public apology and pledge to fund a free clinic here, a desperate stand. But the hospital's lawsuit roared, accusing Jamal of fraud and endangering lives. Cops circling tighter, a splintered crowd outside chanting, hero and scam. Flames from their Molotov cocktails smoldering. Richard's phone buzzed, his lawyer's voice grim. Feds are with the hospital. They're raiding tonight. Richard's pulse surged, his wealth a crumbling fortress. Lily's voice slashed through. He's my miracle. Dad, her grip iron, eyes blazing. Richard's throat burned, his call to his legal team a snarl. Kill the lawsuit. But doubt gnawed Jamal's herbs. Needles. Notebook could be a mirage. Yet Lily walked. Her third step filmed. Shared. The crowd outside swelling. Supporters screaming. Save Jamal hecklers, hurling rich man's lie. A brick smashing the clinic's window. Glass slicing Richard's arm. Blood dripping. His choice burned cut Jamal loose. Save his empire or fight. He faced the mob, voice raw. This clinic's for kids. Jamal's real. Cameras flashed. Reporters surging. Why back a street kid? Richard's shame surged. His debt to Aisha's memory a weight. He roared. He's a healer. I was blind. The crowd split. Cheers clashing with boos. A bottle exploding. Flames grazing the door. The city a furnace. Jamal's voice steady. Day 7. Push harder. Lily's stride bolder. Richard's heart lurched. The clinic once rubble, now a fortress. But Dr. Klein, hospital enforcer, stormed in, badge gleaming. This is criminal, he barked, waving a shutdown order. You're killing her, Richard's voice slashed. She's walking, Klein sneered. Witchcraft, but Lily stood, striding 5 steps. Klein's eyes widened. Reporters filming, the crowd gasping. Cops hammered the door. Open up. Their warrant blazing. Richard's lawyer charged in. You're trespassing. But Klein's voice hissed. We'll bury you. The crowd erupted. Supporters shoving hecklers. A fistfight breaking. Cops wading in. Richard pulled Lily back. Jamal beside. A rock hitting the wall. Dust choking. The driver floored the SUV. Escaping. At the safe house. Richard paced. Lily gripping her phone. Oh, the new video, her 5th step viral. Comments screaming. Miracle and fraud. The lawyer called. Feds are wavering. Public's tipping. But Klein's sabotage is next. Richard's choice burned abandon Jamal. Save his name. Or go all in. Lily's stride replayed. Her hope ablaze. He dialed a news anchor. Voice iron. Push his story. Bury Klein. The next day, the clinic buzzed. Volunteers wiring lights. Jamal teaching kids herbs. Lily striding. Her laugh a blade. But Klein's team slipped in. Cutting power. Monitors sparking. Richard's security caught them. You're finished, Richard snarled. Klein laughed. You're naive. But a volunteer's phone filmed. The sabotage online. Views exploding. The crowd outside roared. Jamal, Jamal. Hecklers silenced. A bottle missing. Richard faced Klein. You're exposed. The doctor fled. Cops circling. We're closing in. The lawyer texted. Lawsuits cracking. Public's winning. Richard's shame surged. Aisha's echo in Jamal's eyes. He faced Jamal. Why keep going? The boy's reply was simple. Mom said save everyone. Richard's chest burned. He called his board. Triple the clinic's funds. But the safe house rattled. Cops shouting. Warrants live locals chanting. Protect the kid, a Molotov cocktail torching the fence. Flames soaring. Richard's security held. Lily's voice rang. He's not quitting. Her eyes fierce. Richard faced Jamal. Your family. The boy nodded. Hands resuming. Lily's legs striding. Richard's phone buzzed. The anchor reporting. Detroit's prodigy. A healer rises. The story soared. Donations flooding. Build the clinic. Richard's heart raced. Klein's sabotage crumbled. But the hospital's lawyer called. We'll destroy you. Richard's voice slashed. You're done. The crowd outside swelled. Supporters drowning detractors. A rock grazing the wall. The city's pulse thundered. Jamal's hands moving. Lily's steps surging. Richard's fight for a miracle, a desperate stand. A spark now, a wildfire. Ready to reshape the dark. The clinic, a crucible. Hope, a flame poised to burn eternal. Richard Grayson slammed open the doors of Detroit City Hall, his voice booming over the packed crowd, demanding the council protect the clinic as sirens wailed outside. Cops circling after Dr. Klein's final push to shut it down. Jamal stood at the clinic's heart, guiding a dozen kids through herbal treatments, his hands steady as Lily ran laps around the room, her legs strong, a triumphant shout ripping from her throat. Volunteers cheered, cameras flashing. The viral video of her recovery, now at 100 million views, fueling a global movement. Richard's pledge to fund the clinic, forever a beacon. But Klein's lawsuit, backed by a rogue Fed, accused Jamal of endangering kids. Cops banging the clinic's doors. Open up! Richard's lawyer stormed City Hall, waving injunctions. The clinic stays but Klein's ally, Agent Holt, surged in. He's a fraud, volunteers shoved back. Jamal kept teaching, Lily sprinting. Richard faced Holt. He's a healer, the crowd roared. Save Jamal, hecklers yelling. Scam, a brick smashing a window. Cops charged. You're done, Richard blocked the entrance. Not today. His security team tackling cops. A Molotov cocktail exploded, flames grazing the wall. Richard's lawyer texted, Feds are cracking. Public's too strong. Lily's voice rang. Jamal's my hero, her run shaking the floor. Richard faced Jamal. Can she race? Jamal nodded. She's ready. But Holt's team cut the clinic's water, pipes bursting. Volunteers scrambled. Richard grabbed a wrench. Fix it. Jamal's hands flew. Lily running. A volunteer's phone filmed. The sabotage streamed live. Views spiking. The crowd outside clashed. Supporters overpowering detractors. Cops wading in. Richard pulled Lily back. Jamal beside. A rock denting the clinic's door. The driver floored the SUV, escaping. At the safe house. Richard slammed his fist. Lily racing circles, her phone buzzing, the video her run viral, comments screaming. Miracle and free him. The lawyer called. Klein's losing, judges flipping. Richard's choice burned close to the clinic. Save his empire or go all in. Lily's run replayed. He dialed a governor. Back us or I fund your rival. The next day, the clinic thrummed, volunteers wiring lights, Jamal training kids, Lily sprinting. Holt returned, with feds, shut it down. Richard's lawyer waved a court order. You're out, but Holt's team spiked the clinic's meds. Kids collapsing. Richard's security caught them. You're caught, Holt laughed. Too late, but a volunteer's footage hit the net. Outrage erupting. The crowd outside roared. Jamal cops circling. We're closing in. Richard faced them. You'll lose. His team barricading. A bottle exploded. Flames rising. Jamal kept teaching. Lily's run ablaze. Richard's phone buzzed. A news anchor reporting. Detroit's prodigy. A healer triumphs. Donations flooded. Expand the clinic, the lawyer texted. Feds dropped the case. The crowd erupted. Jamal cops retreated. Holt's team fled. A volunteer's footage. Holt's sabotage hit news. The hospital surrendered. Richard faced the crowd. This clinic's forever cameras flashed. Supporters, drowning hecklers. A rock missing. Richard faced Jamal. You're done running. Jamal's reply was firm. I'm here. Richard called his board. Adopt him. Legally. Lily's voice rang. He's my brother, her run circling. Volunteers cheering. Richard's team locked the clinic. A new threat hit a Fed. Klein's last ally. Vowing. He's a danger. Richard faced Jamal. Your family. Jamal's eyes burned. For Mom, Lily raced. Volunteers rebuilt. The lawyer reported. You're clear. Clinic's safe. But a final saboteur, a Klein aide, slipped in, rigging gas lines, alarms blared. Richard tackled him, pinning him. You're done, volunteers dragged him out. Footage online. The crowd outside swelled. Protect Jamal cops circling, a rock grazing the wall. Richard's voice boomed. He's our future. The city thundered. Jamal's hands teaching. Lily's run soaring. Richard's phone buzzed. A donor pledging billions. Build clinics nationwide, the lawyer reported. Klein's arrested. The crowd roared. Jamal, Richard faced Lily. You're healed. Her hug crushed him. He's my friend. Jamal's smile blazed. Volunteers chanted. Richard's team secured the clinic. A final rock missing. The city's pulse roared. Jamal's hands guiding kids. Lily's run a victory. Richard's fight for a miracle, a stand. A spark now, a wildfire. The clinic, a fortress. Hope, a flame burning eternal. A family forged in the dark, ready to light the world. Richard's voice echoed. We did it. The crowd surged. For Jamal, the future theirs. A legacy born. Jamal Carter stormed into the global headquarters of the Aisha Healing Network in Detroit, his voice cutting through the buzz of doctors and volunteers, rallying them to counter a smear campaign by a pharmaceutical cartel accusing his clinics of fraud. Lily Carter, his wife, sprinted across the room, her legs a blur, shouting orders to techs as a hacker breach leaked patient data. Richard Grayson slammed his phone down, barking at his legal team to crush the cartel's lawsuit. The network, hundreds of free clinics worldwide. Born from Jamal's childhood miracle, faced its biggest threat, their work. Blending Aisha's African healing with modern medicine had saved millions. Their marriage, a beacon of love forged in that Detroit clinic, now fueled a revolution. But the cartel, led by ex-Fed agent Holt, revived old slurs, black quack. To discredit Jamal, cops circled the headquarters, shut it down. Richard's lawyer charged in, waving injunctions. You're trespassing. But Holt's hackers crashed the network's servers, monitors sparking, volunteers scrambled. Jamal grabbed a laptop. Restore it. Lily rallied doctors. A volunteer's phone filmed. The hack streamed live, views hitting billions. The crowd outside roared. Save the Carters skeptics yelling. Fraud, a brick smashing a window. Cops surged. You're done. Richard blocked the door. Not today, his security tackling cops. A Molotov cocktail exploded, flames grazing the wall. Richard's lawyer texted, Feds are probing. Cartels got allies. Lily's voice rang. Jamal's our truth, her sprint shaking the floor. Jamal faced Richard. Can we expand? Richard nodded. Go global. But Holt's team spiked the clinic's meds. Patients collapsing. Jamal's security caught them. You're caught. Holt laughed. You'll fall. But a volunteer's footage hit the net, outrage erupting. The crowd outside clashed. Supporters overpowering, detractors, cops wading in. Richard pulled Lily back, Jamal beside, a rock denting the headquarters door. The driver floored the SUV, escaping at the safe house. Richard slammed his fist, Lily racing circles, her phone buzzing. The video, her sprint viral, comments screaming. Protect the Carters, the lawyer called. Cartels losing. Public's too strong. Jamal's choice burned halt the network. Save his family, or push harder. Lily's run replayed. He dialed a UN delegate. Fund our clinics, or I expose you. The next day, the headquarters thrummed. Volunteers wiring systems. Jamal training medics. Lily leading anti-racism talks. Holt returned. With feds. You're done, Richard's lawyer waved a ruling. You're out, but Holt's team rigged explosives. Alarms blaring. Jamal tackled a saboteur, pinning him. You're done. Volunteers dragged him out. Footage online. The crowd outside roared. Jamal, Lily, cops circling. We're closing in, Richard faced them. You'll lose. His team barricading. A bottle exploded. Flames rising. Jamal kept training. Lily's talks ablaze. Richard's phone buzzed. A news anchor reporting. Carter's clinics. A global revolution. Donations flooded. Expand worldwide, the lawyer texted. Feds dropped the probe. The crowd erupted. Carter's cops retreated. Holt's team fled. A volunteer's footage. Holt's sabotage hit news. The cartel collapsed. Richard faced the crowd. This network's eternal cameras flashed. Supporters drowning skeptics. A rock missing. Richard faced Jamal. You're the future. Jamal's reply was firm. For Mom, Richard called his board. Double the clinics. Lily's voice rang. We're unstoppable. Her run circling. Volunteers cheering. Richard's team secured the headquarters. A new threat hit a cartel exec. Holt's last ally, vowing they're a menace. Richard faced Lily. You're my daughter. Her hug crushed him. We're family. Jamal's smile blazed. Volunteers chanted. Richard's team locked the center. A final rock missing. The city's pulse roared. A new crisis loomed, a rival clinic. Cartel funded. Spreading lies. Jamal led him on a march. Thousands joining. Lily speaking. No hate. Only healing cops circled. A saboteur planted a bomb. Alarm screamed. Jamal disarmed it. Volunteers tackling the culprit. Footage online. The crowd outside swelled. Carter's forever cops backing off. Richard's voice boomed. Their legacy's ours, the city thundered. Jamal's hands training. Lily's talk soaring. Richard's phone buzzed. A president pledging. Clinics global, the lawyer reported. Cartels bankrupt. The crowd roared. Jamal Wu Suwang. Richard faced them. You've won. Their hug crushed him. For Aisha, volunteers chanted. Richard's team secured the network. A final rock missing. The city's pulse roared. Jamal's hands guiding medics. Lily's vision blazing. Richard's fight a stand. A spark now, a wildfire. The network a fortress. Hope a flame burning eternal. Jamal and Lily's future a light. Clinics healing millions. A legacy forged in love, justice, and defiance. Ready to reshape the world. The crowd surged. For the Carters, the future theirs. A beacon born, unstoppable. His touch healed her legs and their hearts, proving miracles outshine wealth. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe with notifications and to never miss our next inspiring story.